I would like to thank Emily for her latest actions. This gets to, again, help me show people how not to do magic. Now, if you look at the three bottom arrows that are blinking here, you're going to see that they're pointing at the times. Last night, Emily, in a fit of rage, I guess, decided that she was going to make a whole bunch of sigils against people like me. Now, magic takes time. Yes, we can rush some aspects of magic. Situations arise where we have to move fast. I understand that. That's not a problem. But if you just don't draw a sigil, say there you're done. Okay, there are applications that have to be done to make your sigil right, to get it ready for being cast. You just don't draw a little something on a piece of paper. And that is apparently what she has done. Now, if you look at the top red arrow, this is from her YouTube page. And do you remember how she used to say that she was all these different things? Well, she removed the status where she was this Trinitarian Universalist, and now she is saying that she is a cyber sigil witch. Now, this shows you how fake of a person that Emily is, because she became a sigil witch, a cyber sigil witch, the day that I made the video talking about the cyber sigil experiment that I was making. And so she is mentally unstable, and she is doing anything and everything to seem cool and trending, and she sucks at it. So this is part one. Now let's go look at those three sigils that she made. I have to first explain that not everybody is financially well off. There are times we have to use what we can get to do magic, and it works. We can get it to work. So if you have to use lined paper to do a spell, that's fine. It will work. If you need to use markers, colored pencils and all that, that's fine. It will work. But presentation is everything with magic. A part of magic is we use things like sigils and that as a focal point for our energies. As we build our sigil, write our spells, or whatever we're working with, our medium for casting magic out there, we are using that as a focal point for us to pull our energy into. And so it is very important that we spend time, work on detail, and just making it as good as we possibly can so that we can send out this energy that is well built with plenty of energy, plenty of intent, and quality. Now, if you look at these sigils that Emily made, the one right next to me up on top, the one on the bottom, those are probably only about an inch and a half wide. Okay, they're tiny. The one on the opposite side on top, now that's longer, yes, but I would still say that is a 4-inch by 1-inch sigil attempt. Size matters. Now, if you are going to spend time trying to create a sigil, you use a whole sheet of paper. Okay, this is important. You are to center your sigil on a piece of paper and work outward so that your finished product is in the middle of that page. So when you do your ritual, your incantation, whatever, however your technique is that you were taught or you learned, that sigil should be in the middle. Now, we can go look at these top two that Emily made, and we can easily see the red line, which means that these aren't centered on the paper. So presentation is terrible. She's probably not using a new piece of paper on every sigil, and there is even the possibility with her, because these top two look like they have the same colored paper and such, she might be using the same page. And so quality means everything. Presentation means everything. Now, artistically, these are terrible. I can make out some, well, most of this top one right next to my head. But the other two look like she kind of rushed on them. We cannot rush on our magic. There are times where we have to rush and work on something as fast as we can to get it out there. I understand that. But we don't do 4 or 5 rituals a night. We try to make our spells reduced to maybe once, maybe twice a night. But when you rush into something like this, the quality is not there. And if the quality isn't there, the magic just isn't there either. So please, if you're going to work on sigil magic, use a brand new sheet of paper, put it in the center, take your time working on it, making it as visually pleasing as possible. The colors that you use, the colors should correspond with the type of sigil you're making. Okay, so that if you're trying to do like a growth, prosperity, use green and such. If you are going to try to rush them like this, you will have increased odds of failure. Emily here pretty much just wasted her time because, the first two, because she just drew these out so quickly, I swear she'd probably just sat down, drew a picture, said, oh, that's cool, took a picture of it, uploaded it, and tried to work on the next one. This is terrible. As I was saying, she changed her name to being a cyber sigil witch because I was working on that area in cyber magic. So this is an attempt at being fake. It's no attempt at being fake. She is fake, but she is attempting to look serious and all that. Witches are patient. We do not rush into anything. The sigil experiment that I was working on took me a week to figure out how I wanted to do it, what I wanted to do with it, to create it on paper, to get my incantations, get everything done. I then took my image, I scanned it onto my computer, and then I transferred that image onto Emily's shirt and forehead. And then I took the paper and I burned it, just like I said I would do in one of my previous videos. I do not rush into anything. And so when I act with purpose, with intent, and that will mean that I have a better chance of succeeding in every magical attempt that I do. So please, be patient and you will succeed. So everybody, take care. Be at peace.